Hey guys, I'm back with another action figure video review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Kyoto Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi Harley Quinn. Now, I've had this figure for 6 to 7 months, so I know I'm like that late, and I do apologize, but you know, I had to deal with some personal stuff and deal with some you know how life can be. So at any rate, I have to say right off the bat, this figure it lives up to its name in the line amazing. It's just an amazing figure, and I will show you why as the review progresses. So let's just go ahead and start off with articulation. So first off, and sorry if my shadows are like blocking the figure and that kind of thing. I'm having to improvise with some lighting, basically. So, but moving the camera up a bit, her pigtails are on ball hinges, so you can move them up, you can move them, well, without her head moving on you. You can move them down, you can kind of rotate them around and get a little crazy with them. They are a bit glossier compared to the hair, so if that sticks out at you, then just, I guess, hot water, pluck them out, hit them with some dull coat, you should be fine. And they will swivel on... Okay, I think I'm getting it to do it now. They will swivel around where you can hinge them in and out. I don't really see why you would need to, but I mean, you can if you want to, but I prefer to have the up and down motion. But that's just me. And if my head shadow's starting to get into the frame, I also apologize, because again, improvised lighting, because the sun decided to set before I recorded this video, or at least the second take. So the head is on a double ball peg, which I can actually show you. You can kind of see it in the back of the neck, which is a bit ugly when taking photos of her from behind. But, you know, if you get the angle right, it's not going to look that bad. Or, if you Photoshop it, you can color... I mean, I haven't tried it myself, but I want to, and I'm probably going to. You could probably Photoshop that gap away, so, or cover that gap with some Photoshop, so, but without creating a gap, because you can pretty much have her look all the way up where, I mean, without moving her neck, she could look up 90 degrees, but I'm not going to do that because it's a pain to get her head back into alignment. But with both head joints, with the head and neck, the double ball peg from the head to the neck, she also has a ball hinge in the base of her neck. So with both of those, she can look up that far. So if you want to get your skydiving poses, or some kind of jetpack flying around kind of pose, or, you know, if you want her to fly around with Wonder Woman or Superman or something, you can do that. She does have nice tilt with both the head and neck, and then you also get the swivel, mostly in the neck, but still. As far as our arms go, we can move them outward, which the shoulder pads will crash into the neck because they are not a separate piece, unfortunately. But you can go outward, you can move them down that far, you can do a 360, and they kind of improvise as a butterfly joint, so you can get the arm across her chest like so. So if you want to have her punch someone, or, you know, do all kinds of stuff like that, or maybe you want to have her swing her bat, or hold her bat with two hands like a lightsaber, and then you can do the same for backwards, because she has a ball hinge and a ball joint at the shoulder. So the ball hinge is here, and then the ball joint is in the bicep, which will also allow you to get your bicep swivel. And speaking of ball hinges, you get one at the elbow, which gets you the full run, basically. And you could actually get the swivel out of the elbow as well, and then a bit of forearm swivel, if you want. Her wrists are on ball hinges, so you can have them hinge up and down, or, again, if you want to have her punch or slap someone, you can have them hinge in out. So, you may do that as well. Now, from the chest into the abs, or the abs into the chest rather, it is a single ball peg, and the same goes for the abs into the pelvis. So with both joints, I'm just going to show both of them to make it easier. So with both joints, you can get her to crunch forward pretty much all the way for them gymnastic poses. You can have her move back, and the belt does peg in. I thought it was glued in. Maybe the glue came undone after all these months, but you do that. And then obviously you get your swivel mostly at the waist or the pelvis, and this is being a little tricky for me. Tuck in the hold on. Okay, sorry about that. The kind of crotch piece is it's a very pliable plastic, so that you could get the maximum range of movement, and it kind of works against itself because it has a hard time, letting the abs section tuck in. But anyway, moving on. You can move your legs about 90 degrees forward, but if you want a little more, you can move this up a bit, and the thighs, I guess you could put it as, are on a double ball peg. So wait, is that right? I'm pretty sure it's double. Yep, it's a double ball peg, and trust me, I'll get to why I popped this one off. Why I popped this one off to see here in a little bit. Or actually, no, I'll do it in another video. I don't know. But yeah, get that much forward with the thigh ball joints. Get back a little bit. She can't really do the full splits even with the thigh joints, and she kind of looks like she broke her legs. So I mean, use the outward movements there if you want it, but it's gonna look weird. But you do get a thigh swivel because of that, both here and here, which is nice. Technically, it's a double knee, so you get a ball hinge at the actual knee joint and then a ball joint at the base. So with both joints, you can get her to almost kick her own butt with her heel, so that's nice. And it's a little squeaky. And then her feet move forward a little bit. They shift because it helps, and also for something else, which we'll get into. But they shift forward and move up that far, back about that far. It's on a ball hinge, so you can pretty much break her ankle as far as ankle pivot goes. So 90-degree ankle pivot, which is awesome. And then you get a toe hinge. So overall, this is a very posable figure. Now let's move on to size comparison. Okay, I got her standing, and as you can see, she got thick thighs, but anyway, moving on to one of my favorite parts, comparisons. So, here she is with a DC Icons Harley Quinn, and she is a bit taller, which, it may not scale, but, I mean, side by side, they may not look perfectly in scale, but I mean, they're close enough if you wanted to fudge it. So, there you have that. Here she is with the, you know what, here, let me move her over. Here she is with the SH Figure Arts Suicide Squad Harley Quinn. After God, what is going on with their heels? They just, it's like they move without me even touching them, or barely touching them. And she is a bit taller. Oh, sorry. She is a bit taller than this one, but I mean, this one's in heels, so it's not like that would be out of the ordinary. And here she is with the recently released Birds of Prey SH Figure Arts Harley, and again, taller, but again, heels. So, and I did do a comparison of these two on roller skates in this review, so if you want to see that, you know, be sure to check out that video. So there you have all of that. And for another DC related comparison, here she is with Batman with a custom Daredevil 19 cloth cape. By the way, Daredevil 19, I don't know if you're watching, but if you are, dude, freaking awesome cape. Keep up the great work. So, there you have that. And you know what? I actually almost forgot to throw her in there. Let's bring in an SH Figure Arts Wonder Woman. If she'll cooperate. I don't know if she'll cooperate. Yeah, I just need to adjust her ankle a little. So, a little taller than Harley. Oh, and I'm not centered. A little taller than Harley, but, I mean, again, heels. Heels versus, you know, shoes or boots with no heels. So, here you go. Here she is with a couple Overwatch ladies. Here she is with the Figma Tracer, in case you wanted to kind of mix and match and have some fun. So here she is with Tracer. Let me move them a little more to the center. And here she is with, also from Figma, and Overwatch, Widowmaker. So, here you go. So, as you can see, they all scale nicely. I mean, whether they're supposed to be in scale or not. And just because, here she is with SH Figure Arts R2-D2 and a Black Series Imperial Stormtrooper. And I have had fun taking photos of her with both of these figures, so there we go. And one more, and then we'll move on to accessories. A custom original character of mine, Starpool. It's kind of a original crossover character of mine. As you can see, he's tall. I didn't mean for him to be that tall, but that's a story for another day. Here he is with Medic, my reprogrammed and repainted battle droid. And of course, you can't have me without my R2 unit, R2SP. So obviously he's going to be about the same size as R2 because he's an R2 unit. So there you go. So there you have that. And while I'm pulling these away, I did make some custom accessories for her, but you know what? I think I'll go ahead and show them real quick. They're part of a story I'm kind of developing, so let me show you that. Okay, so for the accessories that are kind of custom and part, excuse me, and part of my little storyline, we have a Kyber crystal necklace, which I did make out of electrical wire and a tiny little crystal from a blue crystal growing kit I got years ago. I originally got it for Energon, but I thought that it would also be a really cool Kyber crystal props, so here's that. And it's just a crystal with some electrical wire wrapped around, super glued in place. And yeah, so there's that. Then we have a belt from Black Series Gen Urso and a what's called a A180 blaster pistol, and it is a bit scuffed from taking it in and out of the holster, but it's ultimately fine for battle damage. So you got the H and the Q, and I did do it in Sharpie, so I should probably go back over it with paint. And here is a E11 that I painted up. You can see some diamonds and hearts along the back end of the stock, the HQ at the midsection of the stock, and it is a bit worn out as well, but it adds to the wear and tear and weathering. And then her lightsaber, which I'll go over how I made this in another video, because it's quite the story. So, but those are the custom accessories. Now let's get to the actual accessories, shall we? Let's. Okay, so taking a closer detailed look here at the accessories, we do get quite a bunch of awesome stuff here. We do get two pairs of fists, which obviously you saw throughout the review, and the kind of stern smiling face. 'Cause it's like a stern, but slightly smiling face. You know how Harley can have like that tough smile to her, but we do get those hands and that face on there, and then we do get, let's go over the faces real quick, and then we do get an optional smiling face, and you may be wondering how the eyes have looked to the side, and that's where this here tool comes in. The instructions say you use either end. This end is actually the best, but you just peg it into these holes, and then you just kind of move it around. I'll show you on the other face. And then speaking of which, there was the kind of intrigued or smiling face, and then here is the kind of. You can use this for two things. You could use this as a kind of surprised or scared face, or you could use it to mock Batman. So you can kind of see here in the crappy light. See, I plugged it in, and see, I'm kind of moving the eye around. I know it's creepy. It really is. When I first did this, I was like, "Oh my god, that is creepy." But I mean, I also thought it was awesome, obviously. But yeah, I mean, you could do something like this, where she's just mocking Batman, like oh, I'm the Batman, I'm so tough, that kind of jazz that villains usually do. So there you have that. And then we do get 3 extra pairs of hands. The rights are have red fingerless gloves, whereas the lefts have black fingerless gloves, and we do get 2 weapon holding hands, which are also trigger finger hands. And I did slice a little bit, I did slice the thumb away from the fingers on both hands, just so that I could have her hold more accessories. But I mean, they form back pretty easily, so if you do that, or you're determining on whether to do that or not, and you're kind of shaken up about how it's gonna hold up in the long run, I wouldn't worry about it. And then you get a left thumbs up hand as I drop it. You get a kind of finger gun hand for the right, and then you get 2 hands on hips, gesturing kind of hands. So there you have that. Then you do have your roller skates, which obviously the the black goes on the right, the red goes on the left, and the colors are inverted. Like how her costume usually is when the red and black are on each side, but you do get the silver at the bottom, the beige for the wheels that do not roll, but honestly they don't need to be. They don't need to roll. And then you get a onomatopoeia for your weapons. And basically how you do this is, I'll show you on the bat. There's this ball peg that swings out, and you can also adjust how the boosh is on the green effect. But you take this, you peg it into the bat, in this case, or the mallet, depending on which one you want to use, and there you go. You can have her kind of boosh someone in the head, or in a not so pleasant place. And then to slide this into the hand, you just unpeg the handle from the bats, and then you obviously slide the hand on, and there you go. And there are no detachable parts other than this, if you want to count it, on the mallet. So there you go. And let's just give you a little look at the mallet. A little cartoony, but it gets the point across. So there you have that. Okay, I forgot to, and this might be a bit blurry. I've been trying to fiddle with my camera a little bit, but at any rate, you get the point across, and this is like months late anyway, so you've probably seen other reviewers do it. But to swap the feet, you basically just pull this off and then put on the other one. I mean, I'm not going to do it because I did it on the Figure Arts version, but for the faces, you just, oh, there it goes. You just pull the bangs off, pull the face off, put the new face on that tab, and then slot the bangs on that, like so. So final thoughts wise, I mean, there's not really much to say negative wise. I mean, I love this thing. I think if I had to say anything negative, it would be that the belt is annoying after it comes loose from the back, and because it was supposed to be glued in apparently, and it just unpegged itself. So I gotta work on that again, or not again, but I gotta work on that. The eyes can be a bit tricky with my OCD, because sometimes I'm like, okay, are they straight or are they not straight? But one easy thing I've kind of learned is if they're at least close enough to straight, if you kind of angle the nose up to check on them like this. Like if you look from the bottom of the chin after you've kind of adjusted them, then you should kind of tell. And if that doesn't work for you, then I'm sorry, that's just what I do. Accessories are pretty much what you need. I wish she came with her own, like, pistol or pistols, but other than that, I mean, she really didn't need any other accessories. I mean, she, like I said, she's got her bat, she's got her mallet, she got an onomatopoeia effect, or comic book effect, rather. She's got pretty much all you really need as far as a New 52 Harley Quinn action figure goes, and honestly, New 52 is like my second favorite costume. First favorite being the classic Jester, but it kind of goes back and forth between that and this costume right here. Currently it's my first favorite, but I don't know, tomorrow I'll probably tell you different. But yeah, I mean, if you're a Harley Quinn fan, a comic book Harley Quinn fan, a New 52 Harley Quinn fan, all kinds of Harley Quinn fandom-ish or age or whatever, it's a definite recommend for me. If you don't like Revoltech figures, it might put you off unless you're a box collector or you only keep certain figures in the box. And You know what? I didn't show you the box. Let me show you the box real quick. The box is really it comes with a it comes with this little graphic kind of background. If you watch the Fwoosh's review, it'll have a he'll have a better kind of look at the box for you and everything like that. But I mean, the box is just really awesome in on itself. So there's a kind of quick look at the box. I haven't gotten rid of it because I just love the look of that. But yeah, I mean, if you're a box collector, this is definitely one that I would not blame you for keeping in the box, because it would look awesome even in the box. And I'm not a box collector. I wouldn't say I judge people for being box collectors, but at the same time I do. It's kind of a complicated thing that we may tackle another day. But yeah, I mean, this, like I said, awesome figure. You know, the only thing that the only thing that could probably ruin it for you is if you don't like Revoltech figures. But I was able to put her in a vanilla pose both a little bit ago and many days ago, between now and the day I got her, easily. I mean, I haven't timed myself to see how long, but I'd say it's like 30 seconds or less, maybe slightly more, but that's just my guesstimate. So there you go. Plaza Japan should have this. I mean, my dad got her off of Nippon Yasan because I sent him a link when she went up for pre-order for Christmas, and I don't think they have her anymore. But honestly, check other places first before you go to Nippon Yasan, because I'm having a little issue with them at the moment. Hopefully it gets resolved though. But yeah, thanks for sticking through this video. Thanks for watching. Sorry it's a bit lengthy, like before. I'm trying to kind of get back into the less rambling type of videos. So I still hope you enjoyed it, and be sure to follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. And yeah, I mean, that's just the beginning. I mean, I will be posting as many photos of this figure as I can until this figure gives, which hopefully won't be for at least a decade or more. Actually, no, a lifetime. Let's go with a lifetime.